Welcome back in part 3 of Twitter/X. Let's continue. Tweets were publicly visible by default, but senders can restrict message delivery to only their followers.
Users can mute users they do not wish to interact with, block accounts from viewing their posts, and remove accounts from their followers list.
Users can post via the Twitter website, compatible external applications such as for smartphones or by short message service (SMS) available in certain countries.
Users may subscribe to other users' posts. This is known as following, and subscribers are known as followers or tweets, a portmanteau of Twitter and tweets.
Individual posts can be forwarded by other users to their own feed, a process known as a repost or retweet.
In 2015, Twitter launched Quote Tweet, originally called Retweet with Comment, a feature that allows users to add a comment to their post, embedding one post in the other.
Users can also like, formerly favorite, individual tweets. The counters for likes, retweets/reposts, and replies appear next to the respective buttons in timelines such as on profile pages and search results.
Counters for likes and reposts exist on the post's standalone page too.
Since September 2020, Quote Tweets, formerly known as Retweet with Comment, have their own counter on their post page.
Until the legacy desktop frontend that was discontinued in 2020, a row with miniature profile pictures of up to 10 liking or retweeting users was displayed. Earliest documented implementation in December 2011 overhaul, as well as a tweet reply counter next to the according button on the tweets page.
Twitter allows users to update their profile via their mobile phones either by text messaging or by apps released for certain smartphones and tablets.
Twitter has been compared to a web-based internet relay chat, IRC, client.
Twitter announced in a tweet on September 1, 2022, that the ability to edit a tweet was being tested for select users.
The company said the feature was being tested first to determine whether it could be abused.
Editing would be allowed for 30 minutes, and previous versions of an edited post would be available.
Eventually, all Twitter Blue subscribers would be able to use the feature.
Users can group posts together by topic or type, by use of hashtags, words or phrases prefixed with a number sign.
Similarly, the @ sign followed by username is used for mentioning or replying to other users.
In 2014, Twitter introduced hashtags, special hashtags, that automatically generate a custom emoji next to them for a certain period of time.
Hashtags may be generated by Twitter themselves or be purchased by corporations.
To repost a message from another user and share it with one's own followers, a user can click the repost button within the post.
Users can reply to other accounts' replies.
Users can hide replies to their messages and select who can reply to each of their tweets before sending them. Anyone, accounts who follow the post's author, specific accounts, or none. The original, strict 140-character limit was gradually relaxed.
In 2016, Twitter announced that attachments, links, and media such as photos, videos, and the person's handle would no longer count. A user photo post used to count for around 24 characters.
In 2017, Twitter handles were similarly excluded.
The same year, Twitter doubled its historical 140 character limitation to 280.
Under the new limit, clips are counted as a variable number of characters, depending upon the script they are from.
In 2023, Twitter announced that Twitter Blue users could create posts with up to 4,000 characters in length.
T.Co is a URL shortening service created by Twitter.
It is only available for links posted to Twitter and not available for general use.
All links posted to Twitter use a T.Co wrapper.
Twitter intended the service to protect users from malicious sites and to use it to track clicks on links within tweets.
Twitter had previously used the services of third parties TinyURL and bit.ly. In June 2011, Twitter announced its own integrated photo sharing service that enables users to upload a photo and attach it to a tweet right from twitter.com.
Users now also have the ability to add pictures to Twitter search by adding hashtags to the tweet.
Twitter also plans to provide photo galleries designed to gather and syndicate all photos that a user has uploaded on Twitter and third-party services such as TwitPic.
On March 29, 2016, Twitter introduced the ability to add a caption of up to 480 characters to each image attached to a tweet, accessible via screen reading software or by hovering the mouse above a picture inside TweetDeck.
In April 2022, Twitter made the ability to add and view captions globally available.
Descriptions can be added to any uploaded image with a limit of 1,000 characters.
Images that have a description will feature a badge that says Alt in the bottom left corner, which will bring up the description when clicked. In 2015, Twitter began to roll out the ability to attach poll questions to tweets.
Polls are open for up to 7 days, and voters are not personally identified.
In Twitter's early years, users could communicate with Twitter using SMS.
Twitter discontinued this feature in most countries in April 2023 after hackers had exposed vulnerabilities in the feature.
In 2016, Twitter began to place a larger focus on live streaming video programming, hosting various events including streams of the Republican and Democratic conventions during the U.S. presidential campaign, and winning a bid for non-exclusive streaming rights to 10 NFL games in 2016.
During an event in New York in May 2017, Twitter announced that it planned to construct a 24-hour streaming video channel hosted within the service, featuring content from various partners.
Twitter announced a number of new and expanded partnerships for its streaming video services at the event, including Bloomberg, BuzzFeed, Cheddar, IMG Fashion, Live Nation Entertainment, Major League Baseball, MTV and BET, NFL Network, the PGA Tour, the Players Tribune, Ben Silverman and Howard Thomas owns Propagate, The Verge, Stadium and the WNBA.
As of the first quarter of 2017, Twitter had over 200 content partners who streamed over 800 hours of video over 450 events.
Twitter Spaces is a social audio feature that enables users to host or participate in a live audio virtual environment called Space for Conversation.
A maximum of 13 people are allowed on stage.
The feature was initially limited to users with at least 600 followers, but since October 2021, any Twitter user can create a space. In March 2020, Twitter began to test a storage feature known as Fleets in some markets, which officially launched on November 17, 2020.
Fleets could contain text and media are only accessible for 24 hours after they are posted and are accessed within the Twitter app. Twitter announced it would start implementing advertising into Fleets in June 2021.
Fleets were removed in August 2021. Twitter had intended for Fleets to encourage more users to tweet regularly, but instead they were generally used by already active users. X, commonly called under the former name Twitter, is an American microblogging and social networking service on which users post and interact with messages known as tweets.
Registered users can post, like and retweet tweets, and read those that are publicly available.
Tweets are publicly visible by default, but senders can restrict message delivery to only their followers.
Users can mute users they do not wish to interact with, block accounts from viewing their tweets, and remove accounts from their followers list.
Users can tweet via the Twitter website, compatible external applications such as for smartphones, or the short message service SMS available in certain countries.
Users may subscribe to other users' tweets. This is known as following, and subscribers are known as followers or tweets, a portmanteau of Twitter and tweets.
Individual tweets can be forwarded by other users to their own feed, a process known as a retweet.
In 2015, Twitter launched Quote Tweet, originally called Retweet with Comment, a feature that allows users to add a comment to their retweet, nesting one tweet in the other.
Users can also like formerly favorite individual tweets. The counters for likes, retweets, and replies appear next to the respective buttons in news feeds, call timelines, such as on profile pages and search results.
Counters for likes and retweets exist on the Tweets standalone page too.
Since September 2020, Quote Tweets, formerly known as Retweet with Comment, have an own counter on their tweet page.
Until the legacy desktop front-end that was discontinued in 2020, a row with miniature profile pictures of up to 10 liking or retweeting users was displayed. Earliest documented implementation in December 2011 overhaul, as well as a tweet reply counter next to the according button on the tweets page.
Twitter allows users to update their profile via their mobile phone either by text messaging or by apps released for certain smartphones and tablets.
Twitter has been compared to a web-based internet relay chat, IRC, client.
In a 2009 Time magazine essay, technology author Stephen Johnson described the basic mechanics of Twitter as remarkably simple.
As a social network, Twitter revolves around the principle of followers. When you choose to follow another Twitter user, that user's tweets appear in reverse chronological order on your main Twitter page. If you follow 20 people, you'll see a mix of tweets scrolling down the page, breakfast cereal updates, interesting new links, music recommendations, even musings on the future of education.
According to research published in April 2014, around 44% of user accounts have never tweeted. The first tweet was posted by Jack Dorsey, creator, at 12:50 p.m. PST on March 21, 2006, and read, "Just setting up my TWTTR."
In 2009, the first tweet was sent from space.
USS astronauts Nicola Stott and Jeff Williams took part in a live tweet from the International Space Station with around 35 members of the public at the NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. In March 2021, Jack Dorsey listed his first tweet for sale.
The highest bid for the tweet, $2.5 million, came from a Malaysian businessman, Sina Istavi.
Along with a metadata of the original tweet, the buyer was to receive a certificate that was digitally signed and verified by Dorsey. San Antonio-based market research firm TaBNWNE analyzed 2,000 tweets originating from the United States and in English over a 2-week period in August 2009 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. CST, and separated them into 6 categories.
Pointless babble made up 40%, with 38% being conversational.
Pass-along value at 9%, self-promotion 6%, with spam and news each making 4%. Despite Jack Dorsey's own open contention that a message on Twitter is a short burst of inconsequential information, social networking researcher Dana Boyd responded to the TaBNWNE survey by arguing that what the Terra researchers labeled pointless battle is better characterized as social grooming or peripheral awareness, which he justifies as persons wanting to know what the people around them are thinking and doing and feeling, even when co-presence isn't viable.
Similarly, a survey of Twitter users found that a more specific social role of passing along messages that include a hyperlink is an expectation of reciprocal linking by followers.
Users can group posts together by topic or type by use of hashtags, words or phrases prefixed with a number sign.
Similarly, the @ sign followed by username is used for mentioning or replying to other users.
In 2014, in anticipation for the FIFA World Cup, Twitter introduced hashtags, special hashtags that automatically generate a custom emoji next to them for a certain period of time, following the success of a similar campaign during the 2010 World Cup.
Hashtags may be generated by Twitter themselves, such as to raise awareness for social issues, or be purchased by corporations, such as to promote products and events.
To repost a message from another Twitter user and share it with one's own followers, a user can click the retweet button within the tweet.
Users can reply other accounts' replies.
Since November 2019, users can hide replies to their messages.
Since May 2020, users can select who can reply each of their tweets before sending them. Anyone, accounts who follow the poster, specific accounts, and none.
This ability was upgraded in July 2021 to make the feature retroactively applicable to tweets after they have been sent out. In late 2009, the Twitter Lists feature was added, making it possible for users to follow ad hoc lists of authors instead of individual authors. Through SMS, users can communicate with Twitter through 5 gateway numbers, short codes, for the United States, Canada, India, New Zealand, and an Isle of Man, base number for international use.
There is also a shortcut in the United Kingdom, which is only accessible to those on the Vodafone, O2 and Orange networks.
In India, since Twitter only supports tweets from Party Airtel, an alternative platform called SNS Tweet was set up by a user to work on all networks.
A similar platform, called Gladlycast, exists for mobile phone users in Singapore and Malaysia.
The tweets were set to a largely constrictive 140-character limit for compatibility with SMS messaging, introducing the shorthand notation and slang commonly used in SMS messages.
The 140-character limit also increased the usage of URL shortening services such as bit.ly, u.gl, tinyurl.com, tr.im, and other content hosting services such as TwitPic, Mimazoo.com, and NotePub to accommodate multimedia content and text longer than 140 characters.
Since June 2011, Twitter has used its own T.co domain for automatic shortening of all URLs posted on its site, making other link shorteners unnecessary for staying within Twitter's 140-character limit. In August 2019, Jack Dorsey's account was hacked by using Twitter's SMS to tweet feature to send crude messages.
Days later, the ability to send a tweet via SMS was temporarily turned off.
In April 2020, Twitter discontinued the ability to receive SMS messages containing the text of new tweets in most countries. In 2016, Twitter announced that media such as photos, videos, and the person's handle would not count against the already constricted 140-character limit.
A user photo post should account for a large chunk of a tweet, about 24 characters.
Attachments and links would also no longer be part of the character limit. On March 29, 2016, Twitter introduced the ability to add a caption of up to 480 characters to each image attached to a tweet.
This caption can be accessed by screen reading software or by hovering the mouse above a picture inside TweetDeck.
Since March 30, 2017, the Twitter handles are outside the tweet itself, therefore they no longer count towards the character limit.
Only new Twitter handles added to the conversation count towards the limit.
In 2017, Twitter doubled their historical 140-character limitation to 280.
Under the new limit, glyphs are counted as a variable number of characters, depending upon the script they are from. Most European letters and punctuation forms count as one character, while each CJK glyph counts as two, so that only 140 such glyphs can be used in a tweet.
T.co is a URL shortening service created by Twitter.
It is only available for links posted to Twitter and not available for general use.
All links posted to Twitter use a T.co wrapper.
Twitter hopes that the service will be able to protect users from malicious sites and will use it to track clicks on links within tweets.
Having used the services of third-party TinyURL and bit.ly, Twitter began experimenting with its own URL shortening service for private messages in March 2010 using the TWT.TL domain before it purchased the T.co domain.
The service was tested on the main site using the accounts at Twitter API and our server and Graphy.
On September 2, 2010, an email from Twitter to users said they would be expanding the rollout of the service to users.
On June 7, 2011, Twitter announced that it was rolling out the feature.
A word, phrase, or topic that is mentioned at a greater rate than others is said to be a trending topic.
Trending topics become popular either through a concerted effort by users or because of an event that prompts people to talk about a specific topic.
These topics help Twitter and their users to understand what is happening in the world and what people's opinions are about it.
Websites that track and display trending topics, like TwitterTrend.co, provide real-time information on the most discussed topics worldwide, offering users insights into regional and global trends.
Trending topics are sometimes the result of concerted efforts and manipulations by fans of certain celebrities or cultural phenomena, particularly musicians like Lady Gaga. known as Little Monsters, Justin Bieber, Believers, Rihanna, Renee, and One Direction, Directioners, and novel series Twilight, Twihards, and Harry Potter, Potterheads.
Twitter has altered the trend algorithm in the past to prevent manipulation of this type, with limited success.
The Twitter web interface displays a list of trending topics on the sidebar on the home page, along with sponsored content. See image. Twitter often censors trending hashtags that are claimed to be abusive or offensive.
Twitter censored the hashtag That's African and hashtag Things Darkies Say hashtags after users complained that they found the hashtags offensive.
There are allegations that Twitter removed hashtag #NotinMoingHide from the trending list and added an Indian National Congress-sponsored hashtag.
President Donald Trump retested trends calling them unfair, disgusting, illegal, ridiculous, claiming the ones that are bad about him are blown up.
Examples of high-impact topics include the wildfires in San Diego, the earthquake in Japan, popular sporting events, and political uprisings in Iran and Egypt. In 2019, 20% of the global trends were found to be fake, created automatically using fake and compromised accounts originating from Turkey.
It is reported that 108,000 accounts were employed since 2015 to push 19,000 keywords such as advertisements and political campaigns to top trends in Turkey by bulk tweeting.
In October 2015, Twitter introduced Moments, a feature that allows users to curate tweets from other users into a larger collection.
Twitter initially intended the feature to be used by its in-house editorial team and other partners. They populated a dedicated tab in Twitter's apps, chronicle and news headlines, sporting events, and other content.
In September 2016, creation of Moments became available to all Twitter users.
On December 7, 2022, Twitter announced that it would be removing the ability to create new moments to focus on other experiences.
There are numerous tools for adding content, monitoring content and conversations including Twitter's own TweetDeck, Salesforce.com, Hootsuite, and TwitterFeed.com.
As of 2009, fewer than half of tweets posted were posted using the web user interface, with most users using third-party applications. Based on an analysis of 500 million tweets by Zomos.
In June 2009, after being criticized by Kanye West and sued by Tony La Russa over unauthorized accounts run by impersonators, the company launched their Verified Accounts program.
Twitter stated that an account with a blue tick verification badge indicates we've been in contact with a person or entity the account is representing and verified that it is approved.
In July 2016, Twitter announced a public application process to grant verified status to an account if it is determined to be of public interest, and that verification does not imply an endorsement.
Verified status allows access to some features unavailable to other users, such as only seeing mentions from other verified accounts.
In November 2020, Twitter announced the relaunch of its verification system in 2021.
According to the new policy, Twitter verifies 6 different types of accounts, for 3 of them, companies, brands, and influential individuals like activists. The existence of a Wikipedia page will be one criterion for showing that the account has off-Twitter notability.
Twitter states that it will reopen public verification applications at some point in early 2021. Twitter has mobile apps for iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows 10, Windows Phone, BlackBerry, and Nokia S40.
Users can also tweet by sending SMS.
In April 2017, Twitter introduced Twitter Lite, a progressive web app designed for regions with unreliable and slow internet connections with a size of less than 1 megabyte, designed for devices with limited storage capacity. This has been released in countries with slow internet connections such as the Philippines. Twitter Lite has evolved into the main Twitter web interface, C-section interface. For many years, Twitter has limited the use of third-party applications accessing the service by implementing a 100,000 user limit per application.
Since August 2010, third-party Twitter applications have been required to use OAuth, an authentication method that does not require users to enter their password into the authenticating application.
This was done to increase security and improve the user experience.
As of 2023, third-party applications are prohibited under the Twitter API Terms of Service, which prohibit the use of the API to create or attempt to create a substitute or similar service or product to the Twitter applications.
This feature adds websites to the bottom of a tweet's permalink page.
If a website embedded a tweet onto one of their stories, the tweet will show the websites that mention the tweet.
This feature was added onto Twitter so if the viewer does not understand what the tweet means, they can click on the sites to read more about what the person is talking about. In 2015, Twitter began to roll out the ability to attach poll questions to tweets.
Polls are open for up to 7 days, and voters are not personally identified.
Initially, polls could have only 2 options, with a maximum of 20 characters per option.
Later, the ability to add 4 options with up to 25 characters per option was added.
On June 1, 2011, Twitter announced its own integrated photo sharing service that enables users to upload a photo and attach it to a tweet right from twitter.com.
Users now also have the ability to add pictures to Twitter search by adding hashtags to the tweet.
Twitter also plans to provide photo galleries, designed to gather and syndicate all photos that a user has uploaded on Twitter and third-party services such as TwitPic. In 2016, Twitter began to place a larger focus on live streaming video programming, hosting various events including streams of the Republican and Democratic conventions during the U.S. presidential campaign as part of a partnership with CBS News. DreamHack and ESL Esports events, and winning a bid for non-exclusive streaming rights to 10 NFL Thursday Night Football games in the 2016 season. During an event in New York in May 2017, Twitter announced that it planned to construct a 24-hour streaming video channel hosted within the service, featuring content from various partners.
CEO Jack Dorsey stated that the digital video strategy was part of a goal for Twitter to be the first place that anyone hears of anything going on that matters to them. As of the first quarter of 2017, Twitter had over 200 content partners who streamed over 800 hours of video over 450 events.
Twitter announced a number of new and expanded partnerships for its streaming video services at the event, including Bloomberg, BuzzFeed, Cheddar, opening bell and closing bell shows. The latter was introduced in October 2016. IMG Fashion, coverage of fashion events, Live Nation Entertainment, streaming concert events, Major League Baseball, weekly online game stream, plus a weekly program with live look-ins and coverage of trending stories. MTV and Bet, red carpet coverage for their MTV Video Music Awards, MTV Movie and TV Awards, and Bet Awards, NFL Network, the Monday-Thursday news program NFL Blitz Live, and Sunday Fantasy Game Day, the PGA Tour. PGA Tour, live coverage of early tournament rounds, preceding television coverage, the Players Tribune, Ben Silverman and Howard Thomas owns Propagate, daily entertainment show, hashtag What's Happening, The Verge. Weekly technology show, Circuit Breaker, The Verge's Gadget Show, Stadium, a new digital sports network being formed by Silver Chalice and Sinclair Broadcast Group, and the WNBA Weekly Game. Twitter has offered two different methods of archiving one's own Twitter account data.
Those methods have their individual benefits and disadvantages.
As of September 2019, only the latter archival method is available. In December 2012, Twitter introduced a Tweet Archival feature, which created a zip file that contains an offline browsable archive of all tweets.
Those exported tweets could be browsed and searched offline by using the bundled user interface accessible through an internet browser, which used client-side, JavaScript-powered pagination.
The user interface of the Tweet Archive browser had a design similar to Twitter's 2010 to 2014 desktop user interface, even until the feature's removal.
The tweet text contents, IDs, time data and source labels are located in the file called tweets.csv.
It was possible to request at least one archive per day.
The ability to export this type of tweet archive, which never existed on the new layout, has been removed entirely in August 2019 after coexisting with a new 2018 data archival method.
Even when accessing the legacy Twitter desktop website layout using the user agent of an older browser version, the option has disappeared from the account settings. Twitter Spaces is a social audio feature that enables users to host or participate in a live audio virtual environment called Space for Conversation.
Spaces can accommodate an unlimited number of listeners.
A maximum of 13 people, one host, 2 co-hosts and 10 speakers are allowed on stage.
The feature was initially limited to users with at least 600 followers.
Since October 21, 2021, any Twitter user can create a space from the Android or iOS app. In March 2020, Twitter began to test a storage feature known as Fleets in some markets, which officially launched on November 17, 2020.
Similarly to equivalent features, fleets can contain text and media are only accessible for 24 hours after they are posted and are accessed within the Twitter app via an area above the timeline.
In June 2021, Twitter announced it would start implementing advertising into fleets, integrating full-screen ads among user-created content.
On July 14, 2021, Twitter stated that it would remove fleets by August 3.
Twitter had intended for fleets to encourage more users to tweet regularly, rather than simply consume other folks' tweets, but instead fleets were generally used by users who already tweeted a lot.
The company stated that their spot at the top of the screen would now be occupied by currently active spaces from the user feed.
On June 3, 2021, Twitter announced a service known as Twitter Blue, which provides features exclusive to those who are subscribers to the Twitter Blue service.
They include
a new tweet, which allows users to withdraw a tweet within a short time frame before it is posted.
bookmarks, which allows users to save individual tweets into folders.
Reader mode, which converts threads of tweets into an article-like view.
Color themes for the Twitter mobile app.
And dedicated customer support. The service was initially released in Australia and Canada.
On November 9, 2021, Twitter Blue was launched for U.S. customers.
Twitter Zero is an initiative undertaken by X in collaboration with mobile phone-based internet providers, whereby the providers waive data bandwidth charges, so-called zero rate, for accessing X on phones when using a stripped-down text-only version of the website.
The images could be loaded by using the official X app.
The stripped-down version is available only through providers who have entered the agreement with X.
Partners include
People with Mcell,
India with Reliance Communications,
Uzbekistan with Ucell,
Turkey with Turkcell,
Philippines with Vodafone and Smart Communications,
and Indonesia with XL Axiata.
In May 2021, Twitter began testing a tip jar feature on its iOS and Android clients.
The feature allows users to send monetary tips to certain accounts, providing a financial incentive for content creators on the platform.
The tip jar is optional and users can choose whether or not to enable tips for their account.
The day the feature was launched, a user discovered that sending a tip through PayPal would reveal the sender's address to the recipient.
On September 23, 2021, Twitter announced that it will allow users to tip users on the social network with Bitcoin.
The feature will be available for iOS users.
Previously, users could tip with fiat currency using services such as Square's Cash App and PayPal's Venmo.
Twitter will integrate the Stripe Bitcoin Lightning Wallet service.
It was noted that at this current time, Twitter will not take a cut of any money sent through the tips feature. In July 2021, Twitter launched a test of the Shop module, a shopping extension that directs customers to a brand's products from its official Twitter account.
The feature initially launched for US-based users only, and only on iOS.
On September 1, 2021, Twitter began to roll out safety mode, allowing users to reduce disruptive interactions.
The rollout began with a small beta feedback group on iOS, Android, and Twitter's web application.
The functionality allows users to temporarily block accounts for 7 days when potentially harmful language is detected.
If a user has safety mode enabled, authors and tweets that are identified by Twitter's technology as being harmful or exercising uninvited behavior will be temporarily unable to follow the account. Send direct messages or see tweets from the user with enabled functionality during the temporary block period.
Jared Doherty, Senior Product Manager at Twitter, stated that the technology in place within safety mode assesses existing relationships to prevent blocking accounts that the user frequently interacts with. Twitter first revealed safety mode in February 2021 within the Endless Days slide deck. On September 23, 2021, Twitter revealed that it was experimenting with a feature that would allow users to authenticate and showcase their collections of NFT digital assets on the platform.
The feature was added on January 20, 2022, allowing Twitter Blue subscribers to connect their cryptocurrency wallet to display an NFT they own as a hexagon-shaped profile picture.
The ability to set new NFT profile pictures was silently removed in January 2024. On November 22, 2021, Twitter announced a live shopping feature on its platform.
Walmart will be the first retailer to test Twitter's new live stream shopping platform.
The company stated that it is part of their continuing efforts to bring engaging experiences to customers that allow them to shop seamlessly while also being entertained. Twitter allow companies to showcase up to 50 products for sale on their profiles as part of new feature testing.
Shops will help Twitter to gain a piece of the $45 billion US market for social commerce.
Community Notes, formerly known as Birdwatch, is a feature on X, formerly Twitter, where contributors can add context such as fact checks under a post, image, or video.
It is a community-driven content moderation program intended to provide helpful and informative context based on a crowdsourced system.
Notes are applied to potentially misleading content by an algorithm, not based on majority rule, but instead agreement from users on different sides of the political spectrum. The program launched in 2021 and became widespread on X in 2023.
Initially shown to US users only, notes were popularized in March 2022 over misinformation in the Russian invasion of Ukraine, followed by COVID-19 misinformation in October.
Birdwatch was then rebranded to Community Notes and expanded in November 2022.
As of November 2023, it had approximately 133,000 contributors. Notes reportedly received tens of millions of views per day, with its goal being to counter propaganda and misinformation.
According to Mashable, most users do not see Notes correcting such content as of November 2023.
In May 2024, a study of COVID-19 vaccine notes were deemed accurate 97% of the time.
A tweet is a short status update on the social networking site Twitter, officially known as X, which can include images, videos, GIFs, straw polls, hashtags, mentions, and hyperlinks.
Around 80% of all tweets are made by 10% of users, averaging 138 tweets per month, with a median user making only 2 tweets per month.
The service has experimented with changing how tweets work over the years to attract more users and to keep them on the site.
The character limit was originally 140 characters when the service started, and media attachments no longer count in the mid-2010s and doubled altogether in 2017.
Following the acquisition of Twitter by Elon Musk and rebranding of the site as X, the tweet button was changed to post and retweet changed to repost. A tweet can contain up to 280 characters and include media.
Users subscribed to X Premium, formerly Twitter Blue, can post up to 25,000 characters and can include bold and italic styling.
Tweets originally were limited to 140 characters when the service launched in 2006.
Twitter was originally designed to be used on SMS text messages, which are limited to 160 characters.
Twitter reserved 20 characters for the username, leaving 140 characters for the post.
The original limit was seen as an iconic fixture of the platform, encouraging speed and brevity.
Increasing the limit had been a topic of discussion inside the company for years and had been resurfaced in 2015 for ways to grow the user base.
At the time, internal discussion also involved excluding links and mentions from the character limit.
By January 2016, an internal product named Beyond 140 was in development, targeting Q1 of the same year for expanding tweet limits.
By the end of 2015, the company was moving close to introducing a 5,000 or 10,000 character limit.
An unfinalized version had tweets that went over the old 140 character threshold, only showing the first 140 characters with a call to action that there was more in the tweet.
Clicking on the tweet would reveal the rest, which was done to retain the same feel of the timeline.
The change was controversial internally and met with backlash by users.
Dorsey confirmed that the 140 character limit would remain, but had told employees upon his return as CEO that the once sacred aspects of Twitter were no longer untouchable.
In May 2016, a week after being leaked, Twitter announced that media attachments, images, GIFs, videos, polls, quote tweets, or mentions in replies would no longer increase the character limit to be rolled out later in the year to ready developers.
The changes rolled out in September, except for the ad replies, which were tested in October and then rolled out in March 2017, a year after the original announcement.
These changes were a compromise to internal resistance to a 10,000 character limit from the year before. On September 26, 2017, Twitter announced the company was testing doubling the character limit from 140 to 280.
It was an effort for users to be more expressive with their tweets, as users would be cramming ideas into a single tweet by rewriting and removing vowels or not tweeting at all.
It began testing to a small group of users in all languages, excluding Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, because the three languages can say double the amount of information in one character.
According to the company's statistics, 0.4% of tweets in Japanese hit the 140 character ceiling, while 9% of tweets in English hit the ceiling.
Users not in the test group were able to see and interact with them normally. The change was similarly controversial internally as the 10,000 character limit proposal.
The immediate reaction by Twitter users was largely negative.
URLs can be linked on Twitter.
The tweet's links are converted to the T.co link shortener and use up 23 characters out of the limit.
The shortener was introduced in June 2011 to allow users to save space on their links without needing a third-party service like Bitly or TinyURL. Some users used screenshots of text and uploaded them as images to increase the amount of words they could include in a tweet. Beginning in 2012, tweets linking to partnered websites would show, below the content of the tweet, expanded media, an excerpt of a linked news article or an embedded video.
Twitter already had a way to see Instagram posts and YouTube videos, called expanded tweets.
Twitter then began allowing websites applied to test offering cards for Twitter users.
Later in 2012, notably after Facebook purchased it, Instagram started cropping images displayed in cards with a plan to end them all together.
Between July 2022 and January 2023, Twitter tested a feature where two users could be the author of a tweet, which would be posted on both of their accounts.
Both users' profile pictures, names, and handles are shown.
One user drafts a tweet in the composer field, then invite a user that is both following them and has their account published.
Edits could not be made once the invite was sent, with the alternative being deleting the invitation and making a second one.
The second author could accept the invitation, at which the tweet would then be posted to both accounts.
Once published, the second user could revoke them being a co-author, and the tweet would change to being written by the first author and being removed from the second author's tweets.
Until the second author accepts the invitation, the tweet would be unlisted, not appearing on the author's timelines or in searches, but available via a direct link. It was tested with some accounts in the US, Canada, and South Korea.
The company noted during the test that the feature may be turned off and all code tweets deleted.
The feature was spotted in code in December 2021. On January 31, Twitter suddenly and quietly decided to stop new code tweets from being made, though noted that it could return in the future.
Code tweets were able to be seen for another month before being converted to a normal tweet for the first author and a retweet for the second author.
Though Twitter's support page offered a generic reasoning for discontinuing the feature, Elon Musk said that it was to focus on allowing users to add text attachments. Twitter briefly tested a feature in 2022 that allowed users to set the current status, codenamed Vibe, for a tweet or account from a small set of emoji phrase combinations.
It would allow the user to either tag per tweet or on the profile level, with it showing on tweets and the profile.
Testing began on Vibes in June 2022 with a wider selection that could be put above tweets, but disappeared after some time.
Phrases included green check mark, current status, and sleep emoji, case of the Mondays.
Twitter removed the ability to add vibes to tweets. Users can interact with tweets by retweeting, reblogging, liking, quoting the tweet, or replying to it. In November 2009, Twitter began rolling out the ability to retweet a tweet.
Prior to this, people would write RT at username before quoting the original tweet.
Some people limited their 140-character limit down further so that other people could always fit their entire tweet in a proto-retweet.
In 2023, with a rebranding of Twitter to X, retweets were quietly renamed to reposts. However, retweets remain the most commonly used term on the site.
Tweets can be liked by users, adding them to a list that other users used to be able to view, prior to likes becoming private for all users.
The feature was available when Twitter launched in 2006.
Until 2015, likes were called favorites, or fans.
The service renamed them because people often misunderstood the feature and people reacted more positively in user tests.
Users had the option of hiding their likes from the public, though their like would not be hidden from the list of users who likes a given tweet.
Jack Dorsey said in 2019 that if he had to create Twitter over again, he would emphasize the like or not include it altogether because it did not positively contribute to healthy conversations.
Likes used to be public and they are not broadcast to the user's tweets timeline.
When likes were public, users would often forget their likes were public or liked more revealing tweets.
High-profile users and politicians' accounts have liked pornographic, hateful, and racist tweets.
For instance, in 2017, Ted Cruz's account liked the tweet with a 2-minute porn video about a day after it was posted.
Cruz said that many people had access to his account and one of his staff members pressed the like button in an honest mistake. Likes would later be privatized for all users' profiles, with Elon Musk stating, "Public likes are incentivizing the wrong behavior and encouraging users to like more tweets without fear of being noticed."
Whoa!
Likes are now anonymous, except to the author of the tweet and to the person who liked it.
Verified users could choose to private their likes prior to the update. When not logged in, users' tweets are sorted by how many likes they received, opposed to reverse chronological. In 2014, Twitter began testing a new feature that allows users to embed a tweet inside their tweet to add additional commentary.
Prior to this, users could include a snippet of another tweet in a new tweet, but were limited to quoting the, at the time, 140-character limit.
It was originally called Retweet with Comment and was later named Quote Tweet.
Following the rebranding of Twitter to X, quote tweets were renamed, simply dropping the tweet to become quotes.
The common name still largely remains Quote Tweets. Multiple tweets in reply to each other are grouped together in threads.
The 140-character limit prevented users from posting as complete thoughts as they desired and resorted to making upwards of dozens of tweets, which all showed in a disjointed manner, dubbed a tweet storm.
It was popularized by Mark Andreessen. Users are able to add a bookmark to individual tweets via the bookmark button or within share icon menu, saving them to revisit them later.
The bookmarks are private, but tweets display the number of times it has been bookmarked, if at all.
The development was revealed to in October 2017.
The feature, highly requested by Japanese users, started from an annual hack week at the company and called #ShareForLater.
Previously, users would resort to liking the tweet or by sending it to themselves.
Liking tweets is often seen as an endorsement or positive endorsement, and the likes are public and are notified to the user who made the tweet.
The feature was tested in November for some users and rolled out in February 2018 on mobile alongside a new share menu.
The web version of Twitter did not test the bookmark feature until November 2018.
When released, the user who made the tweet would have been unaware that a tweet was bookmarked. In March 2020, Twitter added a label to a manipulated video of then candidate Joe Biden that Donald Trump retweeted.
2 months later, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, Twitter introduced a policy that would label or warn users on tweets with COVID-19 misinformation.
The company said at the time that other areas would have labels covered, and shortly afterwards, misleading information on elections were included. On March 26, the U.S. President Donald Trump made 2 false statements about mail-in ballots, claiming they were substantially fraudulent.
Within 24 hours of the tweet, Twitter's general counsel and the acting head of policy jointly decided to label Trump's tweets, with several hours of internal debate from company leaders. And then CEO Jack Dorsey signed off on the decision shortly before the label was applied.
The labels, which told readers to get the facts about mail-in ballots, was the first time they were applied to Trump's tweets.
A spokesperson for Twitter said that the tweets contained potentially misleading information about voting processes and have been labeled to provide additional context around mail-in ballots.
The label linked to articles by CNN, The Washington Post, and The Hill, as well as summaries of claims of fraud. 3 days later, a tweet about the George Floyd protests in Minneapolis, St. Paul, was hidden from view. In the weeks after the January 6 United States Capitol attack, Twitter rolled out a new program that allowed users to add notes underneath tweets that would benefit from additional context. Prior to the transfer of Twitter to Elon Musk, community notes were officially called Birdwatch. The first tweet, made by Jack Dorsey, was made on March 21, 2006.
It has the snowflake ID of 20.
The Econ Factory was developing a Twitter application in 2006 called Twitterific, and developer Craig Hockenberry began a search for a shorter way to refer to post a Twitter update.
In 2007, they began using Twit. Before Twitter, developer Blaine Cook suggested that Tweet be used instead.
Tweet was added to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary in 2011 and to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2012.
Both its use as a verb and noun were added.
This was notable as the Oxford English Dictionary normally waits 10 years after the coining of a word to add it to the dictionary. In 2023, the terms tweet and retweet were quietly retired in favor of the terms post and repost as a part of Twitter's rebrand to X, but a large majority of users continue to use the former terms on the platform.
Just setting up my TWTTR.
The median Twitter user tweets twice a month.
Around 80% of tweets made are from 10% of the users, who tweet 138 times per month.
65% of the prolific users are women, compared to 48% of the bottom 90%.
Most of the prolific users tweet about political issues.
There is no difference in political views between the two groups.
25% of the prolific users use automated tools to make tweets, compared to 15% of the others. We will continue about Twitter/X in part 4, so stay tuned for more.